For the first time ever, bots and AI are the majority users of the internet. They say by 2030 or 2035 that it'll be 90% bots. We're being outpaced by automation.
In an era where 90% of the internet is becoming bots and algorithms, how do you stand out as a human? Today we're joined by Todd Schreier, the Chief Operational Officer at Weldwood Marketing and the best-selling author of Put Your Phone Down. From flipping over 200 real estate properties to managing businesses across 16 different time zones, Todd has mastered the art of the best-selling life. He's a man who walked out of a bankruptcy with nothing but a cardboard box and a dream and turned a single $100 tip into a multi-seven-figure career.
You don't have a bot swiping a credit card. You don't have a bot taking their family on vacation. These are humans doing business with humans.
You talked a lot about the grassroots marketing. Could you please tell us a little bit more about what is really grassroots marketing and how you are integrating it?
If you ever want the best, it's never going to be the cheapest. If you ever want the cheapest, it's never going to be the best. I need you to really ask yourself, what problem are you solving? What is it that you do that's so important that people cannot afford not to engage with you?
If you could share one real toughest challenge in your business right now, what it is really? Welcome back to the Next Move with Venkat. Hey Todd, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. Glad to be here today.
Thank you so much for joining the show and for your valuable time. So just to give you a glance for the audience, could you please start about yourself and the background and how you started your career at Weldwood Marketing?
Sure. My name is Todd Schreier. I am 41 years young, and I live in northern Colorado currently. I was born and raised in Florida. I've been a real estate developer for about 25 years, and I have been actively involved in consulting and marketing for a little over 20. And I developed my expertise by something I learned a long time ago, on becoming my own best client. If it's such a good deal, if it's such a good idea, why aren't you doing it yourself? So over the years, I've had a couple dozen businesses, purchased and flipped about 200 properties. And my career at Weldwood, when my wife is an HR executive, and she was headhunted to Colorado. And we were given about 3-week notice for us to move from Kentucky to Colorado. And we had 14 brick and mortar businesses between Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia in the US. We sold 13 of the 14. And honestly, I took a year off. And I'm like, I just want to rest. I want to go on hikes with my son. I just want to just be present in these beautiful mountains of Colorado. And then I've known Jake, the CEO of Weldwood Marketing, for a few years. And to be very honest with you, I just called him and said, dude, I'm bored. I don't want to get back into big pharma. I don't want to get back to hospital management. It took me a long time in my life to figure out the balance between making the money I want to make and living the life I want to live, because I've made a substantial amount of money, but I wasn't as present as a father and a husband as I want to be. So when I courted Weldwood, I initially started they were a consulting client because I had a consulting firm. And we did a 3-month contract. And then at the end of the contract, Jake's like, great, what's it going to take to bring you on full time and have you work for me full time? So we jumped into it and we came to terms, and they gave me a position that complements my lifestyle. So I can go do Boy Scouts with my son and swim lessons and jujitsu and chess club and running club. And that's how I got to Weldwood Marketing. That's where I am today. I've been here about 15 months in an official capacity, and I love it. I love this place, the culture, the work we actually do in Weldwood. It matters and it's relevant, and it's not all the crap and noise you hear online. We get down to the nitty gritty. Our entire company has only 2 things. What problem are we solving? What question are we answering? We start every conversation like that.
Got it. Sounds really amazing, and you have a dream of life and such a fascinating world and all. Yeah. What was that exact moment when you wanted to change from real estate to this marketing world?
So I still actively participate in real estate investing. That's my retirement plan, and I love it. But I used to be very public facing, very politically active, very active in my community. And I took a little bit of time to just chill, to just relax, get away from the noise and the distractions and the keeping up with the Joneses. The reason why I made the transition over to doing this full time and less focus on the real estate stuff is when you have a tenant in a portfolio, it's fine. It doesn't take full-time effort because I have a really good team in place, but I get to help a lot of people. And that's a really corny thing to say and very stupid for podcast listeners. Like, oh, help people. That's just, who cares about that? No, specifically, I want to give you, your listeners, a very vivid reason why. When you hire a consultant or you hire a firm, sometimes you're getting a kid or someone who's very new, wet behind the ears, kind of green. They've never been in your shoes. When someone talks to me about their business or their organization or their dream, they're not talking to some 22-year-old kid who's never done anything. They're talking to someone, I know what it's like to have 6 or 7 figures invested. I know what it's like to have to skip a paycheck to pay your staff. I know what it's like to have to max out a credit card to get to this big finish line, right? So when I put myself in those shoes, I come from a position of empathy. And this is a road I've been down before. And my commitment to you, the client, is I just want to help you get further faster. You're a rocket ship. My goal is to be fuel for your ship, not sandbags slowing you down. I want to lift you further, faster, and higher. So having that mentality of how can we be in service to others is my passion. It takes all of the awkwardness out of the idea of sales. Sales doesn't have to be uncomfortable. Sales can be, you're just doing right by people, and that's okay. And so that is why I'm here, is to get, I guess, some clients over the past 15, 20 years, and even Jake himself at Wellwood, the CEO of Wellwood, I feel like I can do a lot of good. And I'm in a position now as the CEO of Wellwood to actually make real changes and real impact on businesses worldwide. We have clients in 16 different time zones currently. So we're very effective, we're very positive, and we really do care.
Noted. Yeah, that's so insightful. Yeah. You talked a lot about the grassroots marketing. Could you please tell us a little bit more about, if anyone who doesn't know anything about what is really grassroots marketing and how you are integrating it in your business?
Great question. So you're a pro at this, buddy. That's why you're a stud. That's why you're the man with your podcast. So to answer your question, what is grassroots marketing? First, let's talk about what is not grassroots marketing. For the first time ever, a few months ago, I got a report that we humans, the listeners of this show, the people driving in their car or on a treadmill or on their commute to work in the buses or trains, that's who we're trying to engage with. But for the first time ever, bots and AI are the majority users of the internet. It was like 51-49 ratio percentage-wise to them. They say by 2030 or 2035 that it'll be 90% bots, AI, 10% humans. So we're 8 billion plus strong, but we're being outpaced by automation. So what is grassroots marketing not? Grassroots marketing is not ChatGPT. It's not Grok. It's not automated everything. What grassroots marketing is realizing at the end of a transaction, when you have your call to action, when you're successfully engaging, you don't have a bot swiping a credit card. You don't have a bot taking their family on vacation. These are humans doing business with humans. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. And so put your phone down, A Modern Day Guide to Grassroots Marketing. It's a book. It's good, but it only scratches the surface. The principle behind grassroots marketing is engaging with your community, identifying what is my real goal. If I were to give you a magic wand, okay, like you're Harry Potter over here, we're going crazy on this call. If I were to give you a magic wand and I could say, I could fill a room of 20 of your ideal customers. I mean, the gender, the age, the income level, the professional level, everything you want. If you could paint that picture and I can fill that room, tell me, what does that look like to you? And then what we do is we start with the answer, the decision makers, because there are gatekeepers and decision makers. The gatekeepers are the ones that essentially stop you from talking to me. Or like, for instance, if you try to get a hold of me, you might get met with my assistant, Jerome. You might get met with like 10 other people before you talk to me. But getting to a decision maker, you have to go through the layers. In order to that, you have to say, what value are we giving you? Not, my name is Todd, I want to sell you a website. You're going to hang up on me, as you should. But hey, my name is Todd, I'm with Wellwood. Listen, I love your podcast. I love what you're doing. Here's who I am. How can I be of service to you? Using my entire sphere of influence, my entire staff of 2,000 people, how can we be in service to you? Forget money for just a second. What can we solve in the next 90 days that would put a smile on your face and put your business or your cause in the direction you need to go? That's grassroots. Yes, ChatGPT can feed you 20 different cookie cutter solutions, but the people doing this are not bots. They're humans. They're shaking someone's hand. I like to tell you the history of the handshake. Someone kind of told me the reason why I'm such a believer in the handshake. Put your phone down, shake my hand. Strangers or friends you haven't met yet. Hundreds of years ago, do you know, I'm going to ask you this. Do you know why we shake hands and how the handshake originated? Are you aware?
I'm not really sure.
When was the last time you shook someone's hand?
Yeah, a week ago, probably.
Okay, that's fair. Hundreds of years ago, the reason why we started shaking hands is an affirmation of trust to show I'm unarmed. I don't have any weapons.
Yeah.
That's the handshake. And they used to be up here, not here. They used to be up here. So the idea of grassroots is not just technological information overload. It's showing I'm human, I'm present, and I genuinely want to find a way to work together. That's grassroots, my friend. You know, if you have a business in a strip center, all those other businesses in that strip center, they're all just trying to make it. They have kids in Little League. They have going off to college. They have food on the table. They have holidays. They have birthdays. That's how you feed your family. When we realize we're all in this together, that's when the magic happens. That's grassroots.
Got it. Yeah, sounds really, really amazing. In continuation to that, if we talk about your book, so what really led you to write Put Your Phone Down?
So let me ask you the question. I'm gonna turn around on you. When you go to bed tonight, or when you go sit with your friends and family, or you go out to dinner, how much time are you spending looking them in the eye versus how much time are you spending doom scrolling on your phone? Technology.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure I know the answer. It's rhetorical. You're all guilty of it, right? We're all guilty. Technology, if you really think about it, just take a moment to reflect. Technology is supposed to enhance our communications, make our lives better, not replace it. I have a joke about Facebook or Meta, whatever you want to call it now. Facebook to me is for me to connect with people that I don't care enough about to call. Think about it. All your friends on Facebook, when was the last time you talked to them? Have you met all of them in person? No. So the idea of putting your phone down means be present. I was driving through some unbelievable bucket list mountain views that people spend their whole lives to go see. And my 9-year-old was on his iPad in the back seat. I'm like, get off your iPad. Look outside. We went on a hike. There's an elk, natural habitat. Look at that. It's amazing. Putting your phone down means being present. It means connecting with other humans. That's what got me to write the book. Is I would go into places and you leave my phone in the car or put it in my pocket and put on an airplane mode and do not disturb. And people are addicted. I mean, honestly, they're addicted to staring at that screen. Even scientific studies have shown the blue light emitting from your phone, if you engage with it 60 minutes prior to you going to sleep, you're going to get bad sleep. So putting your phone down is just being more present. It's about, I'll tell you what, in sales, and you're in sales, we're all in sales. In sales, let me tell you about rejection, because now everyone's so afraid to do anything. Dating before the internet, that was sales 101, my friend. Like you go, hey, are you single? No. All right, see ya. You have to take rejection. You got to be thick-skinned. Now, people got lazy. Let's go on my phone. Let's match. Let's swipe right. Let's do this. Let's do that. Again, putting down your phone is paying homage and respect to times I think that we're a little more honest and pure, if I'm being really transparent with you. That's why I wrote the book, is because I wanted to challenge the narrative of automate everything, AI everything. Still, there's 8 billion of us. We're still humans. Let's connect. Let's make a difference. That's why I wrote the book, and that's why I named it that.
Got it. Yeah, I really agree with you. What you said, everything is 100% true and correct. Everyone can 100% relate to that. Yeah. Okay. If we again discuss about the business, the real business. So you've been in the industry for a very, very long time now. Based on now the current trends, especially in 2025 and for 2026, what is the real trend in terms of the marketing and sales you're observing?
Sure. I mean, this is my opinion, and like we all have to hedge our bets differently. And I don't want to speak in absolutes on like this is 100% true, this is 100% false. The things that I believe are most true is that I have industry studies on how many jobs are going to be eliminated, and I'm focusing on hedging my bet, what I think is going to happen. So they did a release yesterday, the day before, Meta's laying off 600 people, Amazon's laying 20,000 people. Like this technology is it's coming for your job. So a company can spend $50,000 in some software subscriptions per year, and they can replace a fleet of 50 people. I have listened to my wife do some intakes with some people trying to sell her some stuff. There is an HR system where it looks like a human. It sounds like a human. They react like a human, just like you and me, real humans here. And it's 100% AI, where this software can go ahead. If you have 500 applicants, this software simultaneously can interview all 500 of them and answer any questions the candidates have. And you can't tell it's not a human. It's crazy. So where is the industry going? Well, right now, people are, it really depends on where in the world. I'll speak to the US, and then if you ever want to delve into other continents or countries, we can do that. But the market that I live in is right now, it is currently October 29th. By the time we're recording this, our government is currently shut down. And our American citizens who receive government benefits like foods, like SNAP, like food and health insurance, and even pay, our airports, our TSA agents, no, they're not getting paid. So what I'm seeing right now is on active throughput entertainment and services that are considered not a necessity but a luxury, numbers are down 20 to 40%. Just across the board. And so where do I think it's going? There's a couple different strategies. One of them, which I think is a mistake, I call it a race to the bottom. It's like there's the old cartoon of like two people selling like, it doesn't matter, fruit, vegetable pies, lemonade, and they're side by side and they keep undercutting each other, trying to get the business. And then what they're doing is cost of goods and cost of opportunities have gone up and people are trying to find a way to earn that business. And my advice is you don't necessarily need to reduce your price. You need to add value. You need to, like, if you ever want the best, it's never going to be the cheapest. If you ever want the cheapest, it's never going to be the best. So you need to find a way for you to position yourself to saying, I'm solving a problem. We have the authority to do so. And a person and company's character is not when things are going well, because that's the expectation. If I called and order a pizza and it's here in an hour, I expect that. I give you $30, you give me a pizza, we're all happy, right? Where a company and person's true character can really shine through all the crap is when things don't go well, when things are difficult. Same example. Let's say I order a pizza and they say, it'll be there. It's $30. It'll be there in 60 minutes. Great. 2 hours from now, I'm like, where's my pizza? And I call them up and they say, well, Todd, here's the thing. You ordered the pizza. So we had a board meeting. We discussed the pizza. We discussed the ingredients. And then we went ahead and shopped all the ingredients and we brought them in fresh and custom with the best price possible. And then we had another meeting about the efficiency and who we should hire to do it. And I can go on for hours about that. But the point is that I'm like, cool, where's my pizza? And they're like, oh, well, we were delivering it. And then we got to your front door. And when we reached for the doorbell, we dropped your pizza. And we're really sorry. But we tried our best. We really did. We tried our best. I'm like, I'm still hungry. Like, what do you mean you tried your best? You failed. Like, we had an agreement. So where's the industry going, in my opinion? No one cares about you getting a pizza and having it delivered in 60 minutes for the price you agreed. That's par for the course. Where I see people not just surviving, but thriving is, what can we do to go above and beyond? Hey, Todd, listen, my driver dropped your pizza. Here's what we're doing. I'm remaking your pizza. I'm sending it to you and I'm giving you a credit for a free pizza. I wanted to call ahead of time and take accountability. I want you to understand you're a priority and we're going to make it right. And you can count on us. This isn't normal, but we take full responsibility. What can I do to exceed your expectations? I'm present and I want to help. You'd be shocked at how many businesses that makes them nauseous to think of, like, I have to talk to a human, and that's where I think the industry is going. I think that right now with our country, inflation is up from the COVID and the stimulus packages. They justified raising prices of everything because every American got a bump. But the problem is that prices haven't come down, or they have such a small extent, it just doesn't make sense. So people are having to figure out how to live their life on less. And the companies engaging with the consumers are having to also figure out, how can I offer more, but I can't charge less because I'll lose money. So how can I add more value? So I think, to kind of beat this dead horse that we're talking about here, I think companies are trying to figure out what value-based propositions they can include in their offerings in lieu of trying to go ahead and get it cheaper by sacrificing potential quality.
All right. Yeah. If we again talk about the challenges. So every business have a lot of challenges. So we can't discuss all of them at once. Yeah. If you could share one real toughest challenge in your business right now, what it is really? I
would say the toughest challenge currently in the market, it's about to take a turn in Q1 of 26, is managing product ads for people. So Meta, Google AdWords. because Meta and Google Ad, they're also implementing a lot of AI and they want to automate the features. The issue is that if you let AI go crazy, it's going to seem fake and it's going to seem disingenuous. And when we create strategies and campaigns for people, we have a very specific audience and target in mind, and we have our measurable goals in mind. So the biggest challenge that I think we're going to be facing, and I already have an answer for it, because the reason why I've had a career of success, very simple. I pride myself on being able to innovate faster than my competitors can replicate. So I can mail all my competitors my playbook. They can listen to my sales calls. And by the time they figure out how to copy me, I'm 3 or 4 different generations of variants deep and changing. So I think online paid product ads, my suspicion is going to be doing a SWOT analysis. They're lowering the barrier to entry to advertise on Meta and AdWords. They're like, here's a couple $100. Here's a freebie, almost like a crack dealer. The first hit's free. Here's some drugs. And then the challenge is going to be measuring ROA and ROI, so return on advertising and return on investment. When I talk to people about running campaigns online, because I do think that most every organization we work with needs an online presence, but not to solely say online is my only source of revenue. For me, online is like high school prom. We want to be in the room. We're part of the party. We got the music, we're vibing, we're having a good time. We don't need to pay to be king or queen of the prom. We just want to be present. We're in the conversation. To me, the online campaigns that I feel humans, not AI, humans, especially humans at Wellwood Marketing, are the best. And if you're a competitor listening to this, email me and challenge me and prove me wrong. I dare you. We are the best at creating very clear strategies and campaigns that implement advertising online with the grassroots human connection and the perfect marriage between them. You have to have both. If you are only putting ads online and then hoping and praying people see and show up, you're going to go out of business. You're going to lose everything you have. You can't put all your eggs in that one basket. You have to diversify. So I don't know if that answers your question directly, but it's just some blunt, honest truth, man. Like the ads that's going to be the biggest challenge for our business coming up. But I've already implemented some very, very aggressive strategies that will exceed our clients' expectations.
Got it. Yeah. I really like your confidence about the strategy. It is really kind of amazing. Got it. Yeah. This is going to be the last but one kind of scenario in our podcast. If you could share, I would say 2 or 3 suggestions for the audience who are kind of want to enter into the same type of industry, whether it is the marketing or AI related marketing or any type of, or let's say something related to the grassroots marketing, what it would be?
That's a great question. And I'm going to answer it in the best way I possibly can, because I'm not sure what exactly the people listening to this are in this situation then. So I'll try to give some really well balanced advice. Mm-hmm. Let me ponder this for a second here, because I don't want to just talk on my butt just because I can. I want to give you some good meat and potatoes here. There's an expression growing up that we use in the South in the US is, hey, we can't all be astronauts. The truth about business is not every business deserves a win. Some businesses need to fail. That's the truth. And it's uncomfortable. And if you are listening to this and you're going through it and you're looking at your P&Ls and you're like, I don't know how this is sustained. How can we turn this around? I believe in what I do. I love what I do. God, I'm in trouble. I'm listening to every podcast. I just need the voice of an angel to tell me something to right this ship. I'm not an angel, but I'm the best you got today. And here's my answer. My answer is what I said in the very beginning. I need you to really ask yourself, what problem are you solving? What is it that your product or service is doing that the client has been hoping and praying for? What is it that you do that's so important that people cannot afford not to engage with you, right? So what most of the times I see in my strategy that I use, and this is a freebie for your listeners, and I promise you, if you're listening to this, I dare you to try this and then email me and let me know how it went. Specifically, find the answer first, okay? Stop, I call it having horse blinders, where I only see what I do. My name is Todd, I only build websites. It's all I do. I only do this, I only do that. What if they don't need what you do? Have you ever considered this? How about you just ask them? I don't know. Hey, so one of the questions I have is the magic wand question. And so I would say, in your business, if I were to pass this through the camera over to you, that'd be really cool if I pushed it and then you picked it up. That'd be dope for editing. If I were to give you a magic wand, in the next 90 days, 3 things about your business, the 3 things that are taking up your bandwidth, that you're losing sleep over. If those 3 things were just fixed, again, it's magic. The wand is here. What are those things and why? Additionally, if one of those things was fixed, can you tell me what would that mean for you in your organization going forward? If we completely solved and cured this problem, what is the effect of that? When you have this sort of like, I'm of service to you mentality, what it really does is it gives you the answers to the test, right? And then what you do is you look on your bench and your roster, do I have the best team possible, right? To write the questions for the answers the client has given me, the prospect has given me. So that is what I would be doing. That's what I do every day. That's what I train all my staff and all my clients in all those time zones. Stop trying to shove stuff down their throat they don't need. It's disingenuous. It feels cheap and dirty. Take some time to get to know the human, to understand what they're really going through. Here's a hot tip for you. I don't care where in the world you are. I guarantee I'm right on this. And yes, I'm confident, I'm cocky, arrogant, whatever you want to say about it, but I promise it's coming from my heart. Most businesses don't have their crap together. They look nice. They look well polished, but behind the scenes, if you look under the veil, they're just trying to figure it out. We're all just trying to figure it out. There is no textbook. There is no guideline. We make it up. We're all making it up on the spot, my friend. We all suffer at one point from some sort of imposter syndrome. Is this going to work? What about this? Yeah. We're all going through it. My advice to you, just be sincere. Just be honest. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. You may not be the best and most qualified person in the whole wide world, but you're the one that's in front of them. You're the one who can earn that business. Prove it. Show them that you actually understand what they're going through. Show them that you have the solution for the problem that they're in. And then here's the hard part. Shut up and get to work. Do the thing. You should never say, hey, do you trust me? No, I've never met you. But for me, it's not a trust thing. It's I am so grateful for the opportunity to earn your trust. Because the whole point of a first date is not to get married. The whole point of a first date is, do we want to go on a second date? Is this a good fit? Do I have good vibes? Are we feeling good? That's the whole point. Get back to basics. Go talk to humans. That's the point of Put Your Phone Down, a modern day guide to grassroots marketing, is we forgot how to talk to each other. That's it.
Yeah, got it. Really amazing. And it was really helpful a lot.
No, I mean, I don't know if that was what you're looking for, but I mean, it's all honest. It's all from the heart.
Yeah, got it. Really makes sense. Cool. Yeah, so before we wrap up the episode, if you could share about your future goals for Wildwood marketing, and are you also planning to write another book or something like that?
So I have been asked to, my first book got released and I became a best-selling author in 8 categories on Amazon, #1 bestseller. And the publishing company, Wellwood Publishing, they have the magic. If anyone wants to write a book, I highly recommend a free consult with them. My personal goals, I want you to understand this. Like, I'm not a young buck anymore. I'm not trying to go ahead and take over the world. My personal goals are, what can I be doing to give my wife and my son the best quality of life possible? And, as far as the company goals, my focus specifically is I am looking to get a better caliber of long-term clients and people who get it. And, I've seen people who were doing their ads and we're getting 5 to 10x ROI after management fees. You give me $100, here's $500 to $1,000. It's incredible. And then you get some young kid who's like, well, I'll do it for $99. I'll do it for less. And they're out of their mom's basement. And then they fail and they come back. So I think my goal, we're already on a really good path. We have the track record, we have the data. And my goal is to organically grow it at a pace where every single person who engages with us, they realize that when we're present with them, they're the only thing in our world. And that's what I encourage. I just want to make sure that we're just doing a great job. I'm starting to do more speaking events, and I'm speaking in a couple weeks, and then I have a bunch of other engagements. I'll be doing some speaking tours and a lot more coaching and mentoring. And so I was asked to do it. I was asked to be part of this because some people who are very important to me feel that sometimes the way I can help break that ice and explain things, it really helps people register. And then I'll give you a reason why, as is a good wrap up here, is a long time ago, I worked in a call center, and I got laid off. Now, ironically, it wasn't for performance. It was for the company was going bankrupt. I was the first round. Okay, it's fine. But a month before that, I bought my first house, and I got on my truck. When I got walked out with a cardboard box with all my belongings, the walk of shame, all my coworkers looking at me like, oh God, I cried. I was a grown man. I sat there in my truck and I cried because I'm like, I have a mortgage. I have my family. I have to take care of my life. And for me, being able to have that moment of vulnerability was really impactful. And then I got into real estate. I got my license in real estate, and I'm like, I didn't have any money. I was broke. I got a job flipping pizzas at a pizza chain in the US just to pay the mortgage. I mean, I made $0 extra dollars. Well, one night, one of our drivers called out, so I had to drive some pizzas for a weekend, and I had $100 in tips between a Friday and Saturday night. I took the $100 and I went to a seminar, and it was an 8-hour seminar, and I learned a little snippet of something, and that snippet I applied in my life, and I've been running with it for over 20 years. And that snippet made me good into the 7 figures, a lot of money. And the reason why I feel compelled to go speak and make it as affordable as possible for people is because I had that moment in my life where I was just looking for something. Like, I have the drive. I want to win. I want all the successes. I don't want it given to me. I want to earn it. If I can just get a little bit of direction, a little bit of nudging, one way or the other, I'll do all the work. Just someone put me on the right track. And that speaker and that moment changed my life. And I was able to take that little snippet and turn it into a multi-7-figure career. And so that's why I want to be doing podcasts like this. I want to be doing speaking engagements, because maybe 1 or 2 of your listeners, they're like, I'm in that boat. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to go ahead and say, all right, cool. I got $10 for 3 days worth of food. How do we make this work? I get it. I've soared with the eagles and I've slithered with the snakes. In the words of the wise Macho Man Randy Savage, I've been everywhere in between. So I get it. And for those of you listening, bet on yourself. If you won't bet on yourself, no one else will. Just keep at it. Just as long as you stay focused, persistence wears down resistance. And I believe that you'll get there.
Noted. Well, it sounds so really amazing and such a motivating. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Thank you, Todd, for joining the show. And yeah, if anyone wants to find you out, where they can check out online.
Yeah, Todd Schreier on LinkedIn. Connect with me, weldwoodmarketing.com. Just send a general inquiry, and it'll get to my desk. And if you have a business yourself and you want a $0, listen, hide your credit card, put your wallet in the freezer, no obligation. If you just want to talk and see if we're a good fit, those are free. So any of your listeners, I'm happy to go ahead and have my team meet with them and find out what problems they need solved and what questions they need answered. Once again, it's Weldwood, WELDWOOD marketing.com. And then I'm Todd Schreier, which you can go ahead and click the link below and you'll go ahead and be able to get a hold of me right away.
Got it. Amazing. Thank you for sharing all the insightful thoughts and amazing. Thanks for sharing your experiences and all. It was really helpful. I hope our audiences also will get away with a lot of information from this episode. It was really amazing, Todd, and thank you very much for your time.
Incredible and gracious and amazing host, and I couldn't have picked a better hour right now to spend it than with you. And thank you so much for your platform.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. All right, this is the Next Move with Venkat. Thank you for tuning in. See you in another episode.